So today I won't be reporting on the usual entertainment and pop culture news, and I also won't be talking about coronavirus. Well, this is because right now worse things are happening around the world, and quite frankly, coronavirus might be the list of our problems at the moment. Yes, a lot of things are happening and a lot of people are dying from the virus, and it's truly tragic. But it looks like the virus is not the only thing that is killing innocent people around the world. Hi everybody, my name is Biodun and welcome to another episode of Accelerate News Social Distancing Edition. Vera Owila Omozua, dubbed Uwa, was a 100-level student of microbiology at the University of Benin. Now, a few days ago, she was reading inside of a church in Edo State when she was raped and killed by some assailants. Now, according to the reports, her attackers smashed her head with a fire extinguisher and left her unconscious around the Ikoba Hill area of Benin City. Now, although she was rushed to a hospital and at the intensive care unit of a hospital, Uwa did not survive. Now, news of her death has generated a lot of outrage around Nigeria, with a lot of people calling for justice for Uwa. Now, this young girl was in a church reading, and the biggest question here is, what do women have to do to be safe? Where do they have to go? And at what point do we just have to come to terms that women need to be protected on this earth? It is definitely scary, and I hope that justice is found for the poor girl. While we're dealing with the rape and death of Uwa, the police in Jigawa State have arrested 11 men for allegedly raping a 12-year-old girl. A spokesperson for the police in Jigawa State, Abdul Jinjiri, said that the rapists were arrested on May 25th after the police in the area received a complaint that one Alhaji Zuwai, a 57-year-old man from May village under Dutse local government area, was seen at Limawa Market trying to lure a 12-year-old girl off the same address to a hidden place to have intercourse with her. He said the police arrested the suspect, and in the course of the interrogation, the girl was able to mention 11 persons who had raped her on different occasions. Now, Jinjiri has also stated that all the 11 suspects have been arrested and have confessed to the offense. Now, the people that did this to Uwa and the 12-year-old girl must not get away with it. This is one time where we have to fight for justice for Uwa and the little girl. And we also have to fight for the safety of women in Nigeria and around the world. We here at Accelerate will continue to speak up and fight against rape and make sure that the rapists and people who commit such terrible crimes across the country get the punishment that they deserve, because this can't continue to happen. Women should be allowed to feel free and walk safely on our streets without the fear of their lives. Now, if you're looking for ways to help, make sure you check out the Stand to End Rape Foundation. It's an organization which creates awareness and fights against sexual violence amongst women. It also sensitizes, it educates people as well, and makes sure that we're all kept aware of the safest way to report such crimes that are happening across the country. It's also a platform where you can use your voice to speak up against rape. Last week, a new wave of movement kicked off in Minneapolis, the city where George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man, died on the 25th of May after a white police officer, Derek Chauvin, knelt on his neck for several minutes. And at this point, we all know that it wasn't just Derek, it was him and his colleagues. Now, black people are seeking justice and have taken to the streets to protest and express their outrage and exhaustion stemming from the systemic racism and police police brutality. Now, while the protests started off peacefully, the police responded to the protesters with tear gas and non-lethal projectiles. Now, this caused the protests to descend into absolute chaos with fires and looting. Now, people are saying that violence and looting are not the way to protest. Then, please, what is the right way? Because from time immemorial, Black people have always protested peacefully before, and nothing seems to have changed. Now, Black people have also been fighting against racism for years, and this isn't something that just happened. George Floyd definitely isn't the first innocent Black person to have been killed by a white police officer, and there are many Black people in the US that have suffered from racism and police brutality, and Black people are quite frankly tired. If you do not understand why Black people are so angry, then please just head on over to Trevor Noah's Instagram page and watch the video where he explains in great detail what Black people have been going through for years and what it means to be a Black person in America right now. Now, also, please stop saying that all lives matter, because right now, in this moment, across the world, Black lives matter. According to BBC, Tina was hit by a bullet on Tuesday, 26th of May at about 10:45 p.m. when a trigger-happy police officer shot to disperse a crowd that had gathered after he opened fire on a bus driver who was violating the curfew imposed by the federal government to curb the spread of coronavirus. Now, in the process, the police officer was said to have shot the bus driver and Tina standing by the roadside. You can see how sad this continues to get people. Now, Tina was then rushed to the hospital where she received first aid and eventually passed on 2 days later. According to Bala Elkana, the public relations officer of the Lagos State Police Force, the police, I'm sorry guys, today you can tell that it's hard to report the news. The policemen, Theophilus Otobo and Inspector Oguntoba Olamigoke, as I remember, have been arrested and internal disciplinary proceedings have been launched. Now, if they are found guilty, they will then be charged to court. This is not the first case of police brutality that we have seen as Nigerians. This is why we must also continue to fight for justice. Now, the initial responses have been very encouraging, but we must make sure that the search for justice is thorough and goes beyond the performatives we are often subjected to. Now, please make sure that this fire does not die down. Speak up, use your voices, and make sure that the story is pushed and does not get swept under the radar. Let us see this through and make sure that Tina gets the justice that she deserves. That's it for today on Accelerate News. Now, if you are a person of influence and people look up to you, this is not the time to be quiet. This is not the time to be making jokes. This is a time to stand up and speak for what is right and help seek justice for those who deserve it. Make sure that you also donate to platforms who are able to push this forward. Be a part of the conversations, because whether you like it or not, you have a lot of power in your hands and you can, at this point in time, use it for good. May the souls of the dearly departed continue to rest in peace, and may their deaths be brought to justice. My name is Biodun, and this has been yet another episode of Accelerate News. Stay safe, everybody.